My name is Tom Andrews. I'm a former member of the United States Congress from the state of Maine in the House Armed Services Committee. And I'm here with retired General Robert Gard, who is a retired three-star Army general. And General Gard and I are coming to the 3rd Congressional District of Washington State this week, in just a few days. General Gard, we're coming to the Fort Vancouver High School auditorium to talk about the war in Iraq and to talk about Congressman Baird's decision to support the president and his Iraq policy. General Gard, why are you going to be traveling all the way across the country to talk to the citizens of the 3rd Congressional District?
Well, Tom, because I'm very concerned that we've gotten ourselves bogged down in a quagmire in Iraq, and we are not focusing on the terrorists who threaten this country. And I'm sorry to see the congressman changing his position to support our continued involvement there, which precludes us from doing more important things.
What, in your experience, how do you relate this current debate about Iraq to your experience, particularly in Vietnam?
Well, it's the same thing all over again. We got ourselves involved in a war of choice in Vietnam, which was not central to our security interests. We did not employ appropriate counterinsurgency strategy and tactics, and we repeated the same mistake in the first 4 years of the Iraq War. And we've reached the point now where I think we've given General Petraeus, who is a savvy Army general who understands counterinsurgency, but the problem is it's too little too late to salvage that particular conflict. And Congressman Baird is talking about the catastrophe that could occur if we were to leave Iraq. What do you say to that, General? Well, I say it's a catastrophe now. The problem is we're caught not only in an insurgency, but also in a civil war. And that's simply not soluble by the armed forces of the United States. And we're expending the lives of our troops, the treasure of our country, in a kind of sideshow in Iraq when the threat is elsewhere.
And of course, we know that since the surge began early this year, the key ingredients to success in Iraq, to solving this problem, namely political reconciliation, and also having the security forces of the Iraqi army be able to stand up while, as the president says, our forces stand down. In both of those key criteria for success, both have gone in the opposite direction since the surge began. The Maliki government is literally falling apart. They are, according to the General Accounting Office, a dysfunctional government since the surge began. And of course, we had 10 Iraqi army units prepared to function independently in March. We only have 6 today. So it sounds like from the very beginning, and the criteria that count, things are going in the opposite direction since the surge began.
Yeah, and in fact, more than that, an ABC-BBC poll conducted in cooperation with a Japanese broadcasting company revealed that 65 to 70% of the Iraqis say that since the surge began, the security situation has worsened, and there is a setback to whatever progress might have been made politically and economically in reconstruction. So the surge has had an opposite effect from what was intended.
So I hope you'll join General Robert Gard and myself, Congressman Tom Andrews, this Thursday night at the Fort Vancouver High School auditorium at 7 p.m. That's 57 18th Street in Vancouver, Washington. We're going to talk about this war, the importance of citizen action, and how citizens can get involved in ending this debacle once and for all. Join us Thursday night. Thanks.